Good evening, everyone. Welcome or good morning, whatever time of the day you're watching this masterclass. My name is Lauren Rosser and I'm co-presenting tonight with Rose King. And we'll introduce ourselves in a moment, but you're very, very welcome to this masterclass. And we're excited to be explaining and exploring with you how you can uncap and create unlimited income online. Like, how exciting is that? For those on live, pop something in the chat if that sounds exciting to you. And where else can you find this kind of information and actually look to change your life? So before we get into the nuts and bolts of things, let's just introduce ourselves and really talk about why we're here. Rose, do you want to kick that off for us?
Yes, sure. So lovely to have you all here, whether you're watching live or the replay. Hello and welcome. So my name is Rose, as Laura mentioned, and I'm her co-host today. We are here to talk about what is happening in your world that has you wanting to get unstuck and uncap your income. That word, unstuck. It really, really resonated with me. When I came across this business, I was feeling exactly that, stuck without options. So I'm a global director of sales at one of the largest brands in the world. Every day I'm straddling across multiple time zones. I have team members all around the world. I'm under a huge amount of pressure to reach our very punchy commercial targets, which means I'm traveling almost a week every month to anywhere I need to go. This year alone, I've been to the USA 9 times, as well as Asia, multiple European trips, and I'm off to the airport at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. Yes, it pays me well. Yes, I have a huge amount of responsibility. I have a company Amex, a team assistant. I'm gold status on multiple airlines. It all sounds very glamorous, and I would be lying to say if I didn't enjoy my job. However, I have something that beats all of that. I am a mother to two incredible boys who are growing up before my eyes, and I am missing their childhood. About 2 years ago, I knew I had to find a way to give myself more options for my future because I could not see myself working at that pace forever, missing out on my family, especially my boys growing up. However, I needed the salary because of my mortgage. I'm the breadwinner of the family and I like to earn six figures. Also, after years of being on a plane, in hotels, being away from my family, living in the fast, unforgiving corporate world, I knew it was time for me to live a slow, rural, low tox life. Be present with my boys, give them an idyllic rural childhood filled with ponies, nature, homemade family meals, and keep them off screens and social media for as long as I can. I personally feel that parenting in the digital age requires us to make conscious moves to instill traditional family values more than ever, and having a mummy that is at home is one of them. Waiting until I was 70 to live this life just was not for me. I assumed my wish to live like this was completely unachievable, but I went looking and I found the business that we're about to show you. I knew I could stop looking when I'd found what I was looking for. In the course of the next 45 to 50 minutes, we will fill you in on the details of this incredible business and how you can build this in around your very, very busy lives. So let's just dive in. So today we are diving into our 3-step strategy, the one that Lauren and I use along with everyone on our team to scale online. We break it down into 3 components, keeping each section short and actionable. By the end, you will have a clear idea of how this works and how you can use it to transform your life. Plus, you'll have a chance to book a call with us and get your questions answered and then fill in any gaps you may have. So here is what we're going to cover. The who, the brand and products we have chosen to partner with. The what, how much we get paid, how we can leverage this system, how this leverage system works to create consistent, scalable income, and how the education, strategy, and community we leverage to build success. Lauren.
So let me show you a quick example of what's possible for you here in this community. So this is Prina. Prina's a beautiful friend of mine. She had no prior business experience. She's a mother of two young girls. And when she started, she didn't actually have access to a loan or traditional funding to invest in a business. But she was incredibly coachable and really hungry for change. So fast forward, Prina's now earning 3 times her previous monthly income in just 1 month alone. She's really focused on homeschooling her girls, traveling with her family. They've just got back from 3 weeks in Asia, and she's made back her initial investment and is in profit for life. That's unheard of in most other business models and industries to actually be in profit for life. And she's now at the point where she's supporting other women in her team to transform how they earn too.
Thank you. Or we can take Jade. Jade's based in Australia. She's another example of a woman in our community who has had huge success. She came from a corporate fashion buying background with a very small network and only 50 Instagram followers. A lot of people think you need this huge following to succeed, but Jade is the perfect example of why that is just not true. Jade didn't have any online experience and is not a hugely confident person. She followed the education on the platform and followed the systems we provide and now earns over 150,000 Australian dollars annually. With her background and no network, that might seem strange, but it's not strange when you have a system like this that has step-by-step guides that you can follow. Lauren, I know your story highlights switching to this system has been so powerful. So please, please come and share.
Absolutely. Thanks, Rose. So I come from a journalist background, but I was really driven and wanted to earn more. So I then thought that moving into corporate PR and marketing and now communications, where I work as a project manager for two global luxury brands in the super yacht sector, I thought that was sort of like my step up and how I was going to increase my income. And the money was really great, I'm not going to lie. But after investing years into that career, I realized I really don't love beige, corporate, masculine, rigid structures. And I just wasn't thriving, even less so when I became a mum. And I really needed that flexibility and breathing space. So a couple of years ago, I went contractor as that kind of first step towards freedom. And then really suddenly and unexpectedly, my son had a stroke and he's 6. He was 6 at the time. And even though I was already pretty mildly, I'd say mildly obsessed with my family's health and looking after them the best way I could, I went down a rabbit hole into the water we were drinking after the specialist that we were seeing told me that actually the key to good health is hydration and was really pushing for us to, get him drinking 2 liters of the best water every day. So that kind of incident made me really look even more closely at my family's health, at my own health. And I really noticed, like looking in, that my 9 to 5 really wasn't allowing me to look after myself properly. So I was really negatively impacting my mental wellness, mental well-being, my physical health. I was barely moving off my seat every day, and my financial health. And by that, I mean one of my highest values is travel. And being in a 9 to 5 and specifically a corporate, a high performing corporate role, I had 5 weeks holiday a year, and my wage didn't actually cover for to travel to the types of places that we wanted to go to. So I didn't have the time and I didn't have the money. So when I started this business, I saw it as an opportunity to completely change that structure and get myself out of the corporate kind of loop, I call it. So yeah, I saw other women in this space who had left corporate, replaced their income. They had retired their husbands within years of starting this business, and that was really exciting to me. So I've been in this space now for a couple of years, and what gets me most excited is coming online into this space and actually educating other women who felt stuck like I do and wanted to get out but didn't know what to do. So that's what gets me really exciting, is showing other women what's actually possible here. Now, I also, like many other women who look at this business on the first masterclass, I did not have the funds to start. No one has the funds to start. So what I did is I leveraged other people's money, which is actually what wealthy people do, meaning I loaned it from the bank interest free, and I started making commissions straight away, firstly back on my own sales and then on sales that I made in my business. So for the past year, I've never witnessed or seen anything that allows people or women like Prina, like Jade, myself, and Rose to actually create real money. And I say real money because I don't mean hobby money. I dabbled in low ticket network marketing. I know what hobby money looks like. I mean life-changing income, like money that allows you to create real choice in your life. So I'm really excited to be sharing with this business with all of you. Thanks, Rose.
Thank you, Lauren. And as Lauren said, these stories of people, like maybe you see a part of your story in the women that we've just shared, Prina, Jade, Lauren, and then myself, as a woman who has spent half my life building a very successful career, only to become a mother, to have my priorities completely shift. As I said before, I wanted to slow down, but I wanted to maintain the salary. This business has given me so much more than that. It has helped me grow as a person, a mother, a mentor, and while I'm still working now, I'm looking to retire in my 40s and not my 70s. That gives me 30 extra years with my family instead of being on a plane. This is why I'm so passionate about this business. It has the power to bring mothers home to their children and live a life true to their values and passions. And it always makes me a bit emotional. So breathe. Right, we're going to get really into the nuts and bolts of these three sections I listed in the beginning. So back to you, Lauren, about what is capped versus uncapped.
So really what I want everyone watching this to answer, if you're on live, great, pop it in the chat for us, but do you currently have a capped income? Because this is how I grew up. This is how I believed you could earn X amount of money. And I've built my career like this. Like I'm on good money, but it's still capped. And then you design your life around your income, and that decides the quality of your life. So the fact that you can actually uncap your income and have more time blows my mind. So I grew up to believe that to earn more, you had to work more, right? If you wanted more money, you had to go and work more hours. But in truth, what you can do is work less for an uncapped income. Like that's wild, isn't it? That you show up, do a few hours every day, and you can make way more than if you're doing a 60-hour week in the office. So when you're capped, you have limited time off, right? If you're in a traditional job, you might have to ask your boss, or maybe you've created a traditional business where you wear all the hats and do all the things. So the idea that you can actually take any proper time off is limited. When it's uncapped, you have time freedom. Time is the one commodity we can't buy. So having time freedom is key for real enjoyment, or it is for me to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. When you're capped, you usually need to stay in one place. So geographically, you're kind of stuck. You're either going to your job or you've got a bricks and mortar traditional business. You're kind of stuck there unless you manage to take a little bit of time off. Again, you get uncapped. You have location freedom. Work from anywhere in the world. Want to work from Bali? Go work from Bali, which a lot of women are. Like take off and world school your children. Go where you like, when you like. Location freedom is huge for so many people, and it is for me too. So when you're capped, you have those continuous weekly expenses going on in a traditional business versus a one-time investment in an uncapped situation. So you're not relying on a job or staff. We have automated leverage systems, which means they're what affords us location and time freedom, and we're going to share those with you later. Small profit margin on a capped income versus a high return when it's uncapped. Like, really think about how you earn an income in a traditional job or business versus what it might look like to live uncapped.
Thanks, Lauren. I love that. So the brand we partner with is Enagic, and we're going to go through why they are such a great brand and why Lauren and I have chosen to work for them. Enagic is a 50-year-old company with a 500-year business plan. It's an industry leader in health and technology. Its robust and high return business model. Let all of this land for you because, drum roll, the commissions are between 54 and 58% per sale. This is why we love to partner with them. Nothing else is going to offer you that level of commission for affiliating with their products. Plus, we make 12% in bonuses. Just to give you some context, in my corporate role, I earn about 2% commission, okay? It's also global, so you can distribute these products. You are not physically distributing them, but you can sell products all over the world. So we have distribution rights in over 85 countries. So it is literally a business in a box. Let that land. It's also in demand. Enagic is a $2 billion company and is expected to grow to $4 billion in the next 2 years. So this is huge. The growth is enormous. It is reliable. Enagic owns the entire supply chain. Every part of their product is owned and produced by them. This is huge. No outsourcing, complete quality control from the start to the finish. We're also, as a community, in proximity to the most abundant earners within this business model. We regularly rub shoulders with the top 1% in Enagic, which just so happen to be the top 1% in the whole industry of network marketing, because it's the company that pays the most and has seen the largest number of millionaires created. It really speaks for itself when you see all of the credibility qualifications at the bottom of this slide. The International Organization for Standardization, the gold standard for quality control and environmental impact. And this is the only medical grade certified water ionizer in the world. And that is what we share.
Okay, so this is the bit I love because we get to affiliate with a company with all that great stuff and it's still not a pyramid scheme. So I just wanted to cover that off because sometimes people go, oh, it sounds like a pyramid scheme. However, being someone who worked in a traditional network marketing situation, this is very different. So we have no monthly targets, there's no deranking, there are high commissions per sale on a patented compensation plan. The business continues to grow with or without you. So if you need to take time off, which is huge, like that's a massive thing, proven online social media strategy and a self-paced coaching platform. So this really allows you to do this around your existing career. And it's time leveraged with low startup costs. So this is really big in terms of other offers out there that myself and Rose have explored, which makes it so unique. Okay, let's talk water. We're going to get into this now. So I was blown away when I realized that as a mum, I used to look after my kids and ensure they had the best of everything when it came to organic food, but I never really considered the water that they were drinking. And let this land. Our brain is 83% water, eyes 95%, heart 75%, lungs 85%, blood 94%. Like we're literally over 70% water. And yet, what water source are you currently drinking? Is it the best source? Because without it, we don't function. So I'm going to take you through a little bit more around water and why we've partnered with this incredible brand. So the products that Enagic bring to the market, we're going to go through the 4 products that we have the ability to distribute globally. But the flagship product is the medical grade water ionizer. And if you've gone down any rabbit holes of health awareness like I have, Water filtration might be something you've come across, but it doesn't just stop at filtration. This is step one. With the medical grade water ionizer from Enagic, it creates something called electrolyzed reduced water. There's a huge amount of research available on this when you go to PubMed or Google Scholar. If you want to look up this type of water, you search electrolyzed reduced water. That is not a brand name. It is a scientific term for the type of water that only these machines create. And you'll find all sorts of research and data showing how much this can benefit our health. And also created within the water is something called molecular hydrogen, or H2. And of the top 10 diseases we face today in modern society, H2 is known to help with 8 of them. And because of its microclustered nature, the way that the water is broken down at a cellular level, it's able to hydrate our bodies more efficiently. It can protect our DNA, RNA, proteins, cell membranes, and mitochondria, and it acts as a free radical scavenger. So free radicals are things that can occur inside our body, and they create oxidative stress. And in a minute, we're going to look at a really good graphic that demonstrates clearly what oxidative stress can look like in our body. And if we have something on our tap at home, we can literally drink every single day that's going to help reduce that toxic burden and be a free radical scavenger. That is why we can have such a profound impact on our health just with the water we drink. So remember, filtration step one, but it's not just filtration that's important if we're really wanting to optimize our health. So this is the graphic I was talking about in terms of oxidative stress. So an apple goes through oxidative stress, and the minute you cut it into the skin, you notice that the core starts turning brown. That is oxidative stress, and it's exactly the same thing that happens in our bodies. If you look in the graphic, just below the apple, this is what a normal healthy cell looks like on the left. When it starts to get attacked by free radicals, it starts to break down, and oxidative stress occurs, as I just explained, and things in our environment, like really common things like cigarette smoke, stress, whatever's going on in your life, whether it's financial stress, health stress, family pressures, or anything that's going on, can cause oxidative stress in our body. So it is our responsibility as guardians of ourselves and as carers for our body, the vehicle that carries us through our one life, to one, educate ourselves on the things we can do, and two, to take action once we have the information, because information alone is of zero value unless you put it into action. So stress, viruses, bacteria, EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies, radiation, alcohol, all these types of things can cause oxidative stress and free radicals in the body, which can result in inflammation, which results in disease. So just keep that image of the apple in your mind, because I really like how it describes what's going on in our bodies at a cellular level. So the water ionizers, it's not just about the water you can drink. There's actually over 60 different uses for these machines. There are setting options on the screen. It's all digital, so it's all quite modern. And you can select the purpose you want to use this water for. And just a couple of examples we've shown here. You can create a completely toxin-free home using the water from your tap with a low pH. So this acidic water at 2.5 pH can actually kill 99.9% of germs in a non-toxic and safe way. So no more harsh toxic cleansers from the supermarket. The skin's natural pH is between 5.4 and 5.9 on the pH scale, which is slightly acidic. And with the 6.0 pH water setting on the ionizer, you can actually treat and cleanse your skin as well as condition your hair. And this last one is actually one of my favorite uses for the machine. If you're familiar with big agriculture and the heavy use of pesticides, monocrop culture, and all other harmful practices, you know that they're not great for the planet's health or for our health. So unfortunately, organic food, it's not always accessible to us. And if we do have to eat foods with herbicides and pesticides, washing them off won't happen with tap water alone, because they're mostly oil-based chemicals. Therefore, they need to be emulsified. So With using the 11.5 alkaline water, so the high alkaline water from these machines, you can actually emulsify and remove herbicides and pesticides from your food. Pretty incredible. So this cleans your food so you're not consuming these toxins into your body or your children. So that is actually one of my personal favorite uses for this machine. So as I said, we've got these 4 products that Enagic allow us to distribute globally. So as we've already touched on in quite a lot of detail, the K8 ionizer, that is our flagship product. But it would make sense that whatever you put onto your body would also be absorbed into your system because your skin is your largest organ. So what are you bathing in? What water are you actually washing yourself in at home? Your shower water also sounds to reason that would need cleaning up. So we have the Inespa shower filtration and remineralization system that actually acts as a hot spring. So not only is it cleaning your water of chlorine and bacteria, but it's also allowing us to have a mineral effect within the water, essentially giving you a hot spring shower in your own bathroom at home. We also have the Ucon, which is a brand name for a turmeric supplement, a tea and soap. And if you're familiar with the benefits of turmeric, you'll know that it has huge anti-inflammatory capacity. So 2 of the main causes of disease in humans are dehydration and inflammation. So we've got you covered with the dehydration with the Enagic K8 ionizer and inflammation covered with the turmeric supplements, tea and soap. And then lastly, we mentioned EMFs. They're the electromagnetic frequencies. And a few minutes ago, when talking about environmental factors that cause toxic burden and oxidative stress in the body, we actually now have a product from Enagic that can protect us from these EMFs in the M Guard. This is a transportable device that you can have in your home or on your person when you're out and about. Whether you're traveling on a train or plane, you're able to protect yourself from the effects of Wi-Fi, from mobile phones, televisions, and air conditioning units. Like, I didn't even realize air conditioning units emitted EMFs until I started looking into the M Guard that was coming out from Enagic. And this is part of the package that we can put together for you if you're looking for a complete solution for a low tox lifestyle. So that is the 4 products that we get to market. I know we've glossed over them quite quickly here. We've given you a lot more detail on the K8. We also have supplementary info that we can share with you after this presentation. And as I said, if you want to go and research the water, go to PubMed or Google Scholar and search for electrolyzed reduced water. Just jot that down if you've got a pen and paper on you. That's the thing to go and have a look at.
Thank you, Lauren. That was a lot, but just fascinating. So these products really are the key to a healthy, low tox life. So let's talk business. This is why we're all here today, to talk about how we can make money online. So what will I get paid? Because it all sounds great. The products are amazing. The company is gold standard. And we're going to come onto how in a second. But what will I get paid when I affiliate with these products, and show you how we make sales is what we're going to go through now. It's very simple. It's a point system, and you have between 1 and 8 points depending on the number of sales. That's how it works, and it's a very, very simple system. But I am about to throw a lot of numbers at you. So take a moment to watch the screen closely. I'm not expecting you to get these figures straight away. The purpose of this is to show you your earning potential that you have with this business. So you can see here with the K8 water ionizer, 1 point is worth 285 euros. You will either get 1, 2, or up to 8 points depending on the number of sales you've made in the past. This is as simple as it gets. And we sell packages typically. These are many different ways to structure those packages, but we've broken it down into 3 options here, which are the most popular options. We've got the K8, the Duo, which is the water ionizer, and the Inespa shower solution. So if you were to sell them as a duo, you get 440 euros per point. So again, 8 points would be worth 3,520 euros. So for full transparency here, I earn 3 out of 8 points. So I take home around 2,586 for a quad and 1,615 for a trifecta. Now let's get onto the quad, because that is absolutely the package of all packages. 1 point here is worth €820. 8 points is worth €6,560. So you can see how you can start scaling your income when you come to just one sale of a quad package, when it generates that amount. Even just one K8 sale is 2,280. So it makes such a huge difference. And this is why it's such a great compensation plan. So our hero package is typically what Lauren, Prina, and I came in on, which is the quad. These type of people are the kind of people that really want to scale their income and fast. And this is our highest return on investment. So if you're going to get involved, if you are going to get involved, it includes 3 of the best-selling products, structured so we use the compensation plan to our advantage. In this package, you have the Anespa shower solution, a K8 water ionizer for yourself, and a K8 ionizer as a loaner machine. So people can learn how to use it in their homes. And so you'll get sales offline as well as online. And you utilize our Ucon turmeric supplement. This actually creates another new business center for you. So you're getting paid in 2 streams. We have all of this information for you to really leverage the compensation plan and achieve the fastest path to 8 points. That's all I was interested in when I started, was how fast can I get those 8 points and start making really chunky change. So this is the hero package. So if you're looking to fully start making those 10 to 20,000 euro months, this package will help you get there faster. So this is my favorite slide, because I think it really breaks down what it looks like to be earning those big figures in terms of how many sales it takes to get you there. This is based on the quad strategy that Lauren and I just referenced. This is the most common package we tend to sell. Again, for the people that are really looking to scale a successful online business, this is where we tend to point people, just because of the returns you get and how quickly it comes. So think about your current annual income. How many hours would you need to put in to earn that income? How many days of a year? How many hours in those days would you need to be at work providing a service, or whatever it is you do, to earn 25, 30, 50, 100,000 euros? What would that take? For us, selling the quad, if you get started on the quad, you make 7 quad sales as your first sales, and you will be earning 26,000 and 80 euros in commission. That is not sales total, that is commission into your pocket, just for total clarity. Moving to the center of the screen, if you're looking to make around 50,000 euros annual income, that is your first 12 quad sales. If you get started on a quad, again, it is the commission in your pocket and not total sales revenue that I'm talking about. And then there's the 100K, that 6-figure mark, which is often what so many people speak around on social media. This 6-figure annual income. This is really achievable in 21 quad sales if you get started on a quad. So again, the question, how many hours would you need to be putting in to earn that level of income? I did the maths on this, and while I already have a great salary, I earn that by traveling all the time, leaving my children, my home, paying other people to bring up my children, living off a plane or hotel food, living a life that just isn't sustainable. Once I understood the compensation plan, I saw the numbers. I just couldn't sleep after seeing the first masterclass. I would be able to earn the same, if not more than I do now, but I would be at home with my boys, living out my dream of being in the countryside, not to mention being able to pretty much write off most of my expenses under my business, generally creating an abundant life without any of that corporate hustle. So let that land for you, what these numbers look like and what is possible when you invest in the high return strategy of the quad. So Again, I did say I was going to throw a lot of numbers and I am keeping to my promise, but I just want to break it down a little bit more so you can see the numbers of what those individual sales will be earning you. So I'm just going to draw your attention to the left-hand side of the screen. When you start on a quad, you will actually get cash back straight away, 660 euros. If you're getting started on finance, which most people do, that's the first 2 or 3 months of your finance covered by the money that you will get back from Enagic for starting on that K8 quad. So just bear that in mind as well. You can get started without having to worry about the upfront costs because you've sourced finances and you've got the first 2 or 3 months of your finances, maybe even more depending on whatever repayment option you have gone with, but that's all covered. Then your first two sales, you're going to be making 2,445 euros each. On your next sales, your third sale, you're going to make 3,260 in commission. Your next two sales after that, 4 and 5, will earn you 4,075 euros. And then your sixth sale will earn you 4,890, which takes in the total commission so far on just those sales alone to around 21,190 euros. And if you're looking at it in terms of return on investment and getting into profit for life, we mentioned this earlier, this is a really hard term to come by in any other business system. Getting yourself into profit with just these sales alone, you're already going to be 5,970 euros in profit after your initial investment, whether that's getting started on finance or paying cash up front. That's totally up to you depending on your situation. You are going to be in profit at this stage. Your next six sales are going to bring in 29,340 of K8 quad sales. Your total commission of that is over the 50,000 euro. Another 9 sales, just 9 people, gets you to the six-figure mark of 101,060,000 euros. This really is the power of Enagic's 8-point patented system. We keep saying that it's patented just for clarity. It essentially means that no other company pays their distributors like this. This is the only thing in existence like this, and this is why Enagic is the #1 brand to affiliate with in the online space. Now, Lauren, your favorite part.
Oh my goodness, it's my favorite thing because for me, this was security. All right. So if you're thinking this sounds great, this sounds amazing, but this is what did it for me because most people are a little bit unsure about the future, right? Like if I could ask you to put your hands up, is your pension pot big enough? Most people don't put their hand up, right? So this for me was truthfully what I was looking for. This was the cherry on the top. If you look at where this is circled, so just so you understand, there's a part where you get into the compensation plan where Enagic will pay you a monthly income for life on top of all your commissions. Irrespective of that, you are going to get 5,000 US dollars per month as an income for the rest of your life, which you can then will to your children. Like that completely blows my mind. Now, compared with all the commissions you're making, it's quite small. But for me, this was security. This was like, wow, this is worth my time. This is worth my attention. This is worth my investment because I'm going to get paid a monthly income for the rest of my life and also something to pass on to my children and create generational wealth, something that no woman in my lineage has ever created. So for me, this felt really expansive and got me really excited. So you can see on the table, it goes up as you move up. So it goes up to 10,000 per month, 15,000, and you can see right up to 80,000 per month. Like that's where I went straight away because this is irrespective of any commissions that you're also making on top of this. Like I could work for my company for another 10 years and be lucky if I get like a 2% increase or an annual bonus, but I could build my business at the same time alongside my career, and potentially end up here. So, of course, I jumped straight in. Honestly, I was prepared to do whatever it took to create this level of security in my life. I want the now money, but I also want that financial security further along the line. So, how do you get started? If you're someone who's ready to start creating those 50K, 100K months, and you're hungry, you're ready to fully transform your life in 2025, then the K8 quad strategy is going to be for you because you're going to really kit yourself out. You're going to have that loaner machine and you're fully in. You're going to get the highest return on investment straight off the bat, and you're going to be in high profit. So, in terms of the cost for that, it's approximately £13,500 because it's done in euros. So, whatever the conversion is from €15,881. And again, there's finance options, and we can look at that for you too. The trifecta is also an option. You come in on 3 products. Again, you're in quite a high return on investment. This one's really going to cost you under £10,000, approximately 8,600. And you're still in a serious, like, I'm all in. I'm really looking for that high return on investment. The duo is where a lot of people sit, and it's £7,200 approximately, or the single machine. So some people come in, they want the single machine, they will enjoy the benefits of the water, give that to their family for the next 20, 25 years, and create an online income as well when they do that. And that starts at less than £5,000, which is 4,500 approximately. So they're just some of the options. Again, there's lots of different ways that you can get started and finance that. And we're happy to have a conversation with you depending on what you're looking to scale in your life and your income goals. So, a quick point before we get into the how about what it looks like to get started in this business and invest. You might be looking at that top investment of £13,500 and think that's quite a lot of money. But let's be real here. The average cost of getting started in a business in the UK is approximately £22,500. That's not even getting the door open in your business. That is just getting the things that you need to start. It doesn't take into account employees, insurances, rent, or all the overheads you have. I have a friend who about 6 weeks ago opened a traditional business. It took her 2 months to get it off the ground, and it's already cost her in excess of £50,000 for a traditional deli. She hasn't paid herself a wage. That is just, she has to make £300 every month just to pay, sorry, every day, just to pay the staff and to keep the shop open. And she doesn't project that she's going to give herself a wage for at least 3 years. So this is the business, like this business, I'm just creating a point of comparison. But what this looks like in terms of investment is a very low level investment for a high return. And once you've earned those first few sales, like your first 6, and you're in profit, you're then in profit for life. So the only other things you're ever going to want to need to invest in, if you wanted to purchase more products, that's totally up to you. And if you want to run ads, which we're going to get into in a second, but the social media ads we teach, again, very low cost compared to paying thousands of pounds for a billboard, or what we do in the industry is do it at Monaco Airport, and I'm talking thousands of pounds. But you're paying like £5 to £10 a day to get an ad to thousands of people. So just bear that in mind in terms of a point of comparison, because don't get me wrong, when I first looked at this, I thought, like, where the heck am I going to find the money to get started? But I knew I needed to look at this with an investor mindset rather than previously with an employee mindset. So in order to change my finances long term, I really had to find a way to get started. So when you put that point of comparison of what it looks like to run a traditional business, it just made sense to me. So I would just want to say that before we get into the final section that we're going to talk about today, which is the how. So you're all sitting there thinking, potentially, this sounds great. Money sounds fantastic. Products are awesome. It really blends well with my approach to a holistic, healthy lifestyle, but I have no idea how to run a digital marketing business. Either did I. Rose is going to talk you through it.
I mean, this is exactly the position that both myself and Lauren and many people found ourselves in. Jade, Prina, everyone. How do I actually do this? And that's where we are completely unique in the sense that we have the ability to show you the education, the strategy, and the community that up levels and supports you. You get to be around fellow go-getters that have already had the results. So you are learning from top leaders that have gone ahead and refined a path to success. I have met so many of these people and they are normal. They are like you and me, and they just want us all to win because that is the community that we are in. We teach strategies that have worked for 200 plus, and that is a very conservative number at this point, of people that are investing in just the last few months alone. And actually, that number's from September, so it's quite a lot more than that now. But these strategies have been working for hundreds of people within our community. And as I said, it's a group of people who are aspirational, entrepreneurially minded, driven and supported. It's being in that mindset of having the benefit of osmosis, so your environment affects you. I love being around these people. I don't know about you, but something I've definitely experienced in my life so often is that we're encouraged to go down this well-trodden path of getting an education, degree, good job, and climb the corporate ladder. And it becomes seemingly harder and harder to break free. And I personally found that my true passions and values were being quashed by the idea of what I should be doing. This business puts you in the room with people who know where they want to go and they go out and get it. And believe me, when you start working with these kinds of people, your whole world changes. And this is why I love to stress that the growth starts even before you have made your first single penny. This simple and duplicatable system that we teach for time-poor professionals, so me included, a busy corporate mother, that having no time is a really easy way to build a business. I needed something that was going to be simple, straightforward, and could just be applied to 1 or 3 hours a day, sometimes 2 minutes. And that's exactly what we teach in our hub. So the hub is our coaching platform. It's an automated system. We have many automated systems running in the background. These are courses that teach you how to do ads, courses that teach you how to do organic content strategy, courses that teach you about money mindset and all the wonderful things about the personal development that's involved in this as well. You have access to this platform. It is a paid for subscription with an annual membership fee of $149, which actually goes off as a tax write-off because it's your business. So that is something to remember as well. And I mentioned it earlier, anything you do within your business is a tax write-off. So there are lots of benefits. I am not a financial advisor, but this does help when you have your own business. When you switch from a salary to running your own business, you can start writing a lot off, which means you take home more each month. So we get addicted to our monthly salary. I know I was. But once you explore the possibilities of being self-employed, the things get very exciting. But do please check with your tax accountant first. Anyway, the hub is really the ecosystem in which we teach you how to run a business, how to sell those products, how to market yourself, and how to build a personal brand. And that really is the business in a box thing that we've been speaking about so much today. And that sort of wraps it up quite nicely. And just before I hand it back to Lauren to close it off today, this really isn't as extreme as the whole idea of being a digital nomad. Um, I'm not running off into the hills. I'm not completely abandoning my responsibilities of life. This is really about creating security, getting unstuck from whatever situation I found myself in, and building a future that feels good, and getting rid of the dread of I feel like I'm in the wrong career. What am I doing with my life? How can I best use my minimal holidays this year to get maximum time with my family? I want to do work that lights me up. I want to work in a way that honors my health and not builds my boss's dreams, or whatever your situation is, or whatever your story is, whatever part of the people's stories that were shared today has resonated with you. Many things may have stood out for you and you feel that they are recognizable in your life experience, this is your chance to explore the way out of that. So I am going to hand you back to Lauren and finish up with the next slides with all the next steps that you can take.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Rose. And you know, that last step is really what this is all about, showing people the how, because it's all well and good that you have a great product or that you have a great commission plan. But in reality, what do you have to do on the daily? Like, how do you do that? And having the systems in place, truly, that's the gold. Because in reality, you know, unless you're given the roadmap of what to follow, you're always going to get stuck, right? And so that's why we get the results we get. That's why people are making the money that they're making, because they have the roadmap and the right strategy and the how. So I'm really excited to bring this to a close and really do the steps that myself, Rose, Prina, and everyone we've mentioned on the call this evening also did. If you are really serious about changing your financial income and getting the results that we're getting, your next step is to book a call with us and complete the discovery process. There's going to be some additional material because you're not going to know everything at this point to watch before the call. Then you attend the call and get all your questions answered. And if this isn't for you, that's absolutely fine as well. It's no problem at all. You will know exactly whether this is something you seriously want to move forward with or not. And if you do, then we look at doing your financing paperwork, we complete your onboarding, getting you into all of our private business groups and into the education hub, and supporting you to launch your business. Step 5, we get you unstuck and we uncap your income. And you can start planning 2025 and beyond in terms of what that's going to do for you and your family. So, quick repeat here: book your call, complete the discovery process, attend your call, and get your questions answered. So, for everyone who completes step 1 and step 2, we have a beautiful offer for you. You will get just a snippet of some of our coaching material for free. Even if you don't move forward with us, you get that done within the next 24 hours of watching the video. So we will give you some of the personal tools we plug into to get the results we get. You're going to get that absolutely free if you do that. Then, if you're moving forward, financing paperwork, onboarding, and change your life in 2025. So we hope that this has ignited the passion that you can uncap, get unstuck, and really change your life the way it has for us and so many others. And start feeling excited again. Like Rose said, she couldn't sleep after she watched the masterclass, and I was really excited after learning I didn't have to retire on a pension at 60 like everyone else, that I could start finally create that safety net and financial freedom and time freedom that we all truly deep down desire when we know that we're here for more. And this has been the vehicle for me to really tap into, step into, and do that. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Rose, and we will speak to you all very soon. So take care and lots of love.